What's up everybody, Rob here. So this is just a real quick video. I recently discovered that Netflix is putting out a new medieval themed series or possibly a single movie. I'm not really sure what it is. I haven't looked into it that much. I just recently discovered this like very short time ago, so I haven't looked into it all that much. But in any case, it's called The Outlaw King, and it details the story of Robert the Bruce and his fight for independence from Scotland against the English. Basically, it's sort of like an unofficial sequel, if you will, to Braveheart. Sort of, not really. I don't think they're really going for that angle, but anyways, it's a medieval drama set in the early 14th century, and just gonna give you my impressions on it. Now, before we go into this, I have no idea how to, like, take a YouTube video and then, like, I use Movie Maker. Like, you take it, you put it onto your computer, so then you can put it on Movie Maker and you can stop and edit it. So the best thing to do is just point my camera at the screen and just, see what happens from there. If anybody knows how to do that, like, actually, like, download it so I can, like, manipulate it in Movie Maker, please let me know, because I don't have a clue whatsoever. And if I do need software, something open source, please, because as you all know, I am super cheap and I don't want to actually spend money on things if I can possibly avoid it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, here we go. Alright, so here's just my first impressions of the trailer. I've seen bits and pieces, clips and stuff like this, but I haven't seen the whole thing from beginning to end, so this is just my thoughts as they pop up. And when I first see it here, you have, looks pretty good. I mean, you have guys wearing gambesons here, padded cloth, bit thin, I think, for armor usage, but it's not, it's not leather-studded biker gear, D&D style. So, you know what, I'll always take that as a bonus. They got that at least semi-correct, and, yeah, good for them. So, off to a semi-good start. Revenge is good. Alright, you got the English army here. Very nice. Not a helmet to be seen. This guy doesn't have a helmet at all. They all got coifs. The coifs look good, but you would oftentimes put a helmet over the top of that during this particular time period. And I'm not sure what the deal is here with this. Like, it's got this golden stuff here, like on the shoulders and on his forearms there. Like, I don't know what that is. Not really sure what's going on here, but okay, got another gambeson, or it looks like a padded coat of some kind over the top of mail, which, okay, sure. Yeah, okay, passable. Not sure what the gold is about, though.
Where's your husband?
It tears at the soul.
Where's your brother?
Oh, hangings, very nice.
But it can also be a weapon.
Okay. There's this common trope in Hollywood that for some reason we need to, any kind of projectile's got to be set on fire. Anything pre-industrial, like, that's not a bullet, whether it's an arrow or, a trebuchet, in this case, a trebuchet boulder, whatever it is, let's set it on fire and cause massive, like, napalm style explosions. No, it would just, they'd just be shooting solid big rocks, and that was it. No fire, no napalm, sorry. Yeah. Ooh, look, actually, if you look right here, I saw this, you almost see like it's a tailor-made, like almost like a bomb of some kind. Like, it's got a spout here, got little knobs on the end of it. Looks like a primitive version of a grenade of some kind. So, yeah, they get points off for that one. I do have to admit, though, they get points back. You got a pretty decent looking trebuchet there, which was very common at the time. And the largest trebuchet ever built, at least during the medieval period, was built by the English, actually specifically Edward I, to quell the Scottish uprising. So a couple decades before this year, this, I believe, takes place in, well, it's Robert the Bruce. He returned from exile, I think it was 1306, 1307, something like around on that point. So a couple decades before that, Warwolf, this giant trebuchet, was used by the English against the Scots, so period accurate and location accurate. And also, like, the addition of this giant hamster wheel here right on the side. In order to winch it down, you would, you could get a bunch of guys and just haul on the big rope there, or you can get some guys, stick them in this wheel here, and just have them walk backwards, and it rolls back automatically that way. So, nice addition. Also, I just want to point out here, minor point here, but look, they actually have clothing that's not gray, brown, or black. It's like color. There's patterns, see stripes, and it's just like, okay, it's not all like the same dingy color that is common throughout the Middle Ages. So far, we're looking good. Burning and pillaging. Is this supposed to be a church? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking at here, but yeah, okay. I don't know enough about interior, but there would be tapestries. They're burning some tapestries here, so there you go. Figure there'd be a little bit more tapestries, but then again, I don't know what it is I'm looking at, so there you go. This is obviously, at least to me, it looks like a historic building. You can see it's already, like, this looks like weather-eaten away, which, remember, during the Middle Ages, these would be brand new structures and not, you know, already weathered like this. And this looks like it fell apart through natural occurrences rather than, you know, enemy activity. So this is obviously a, or at least appears to me to be a modern structure that, or it's a medieval structure or medieval-esque structure from the modern day that they're using, whereas at the time, however, it would look like a new building because it was a new building. But, yeah, there you go. I've never seen that movie.
Done with the running. I'm sick of hiding.
Power is making decisions. And whatever course you...
Okay, I know nothing about medieval fashion, but again, I have to commend them. They're not going with the typical medieval, you know, everybody's wearing these drab, dull colors. We got bright blues, bright greens, reds, pimptastic cloaks like that. I mean, yeah, they're just straight up pimping here. I can't say I disapprove.
You are chanting. I choose you. My husband.
Okay, we got pretty ragged looking group here. Now they're going for the dull, lifeless colors, but then again, these could be like, you know, outlaws, or, you know, Robert the Bruce had a fairly effective guerrilla campaign against the English, so they're not going to be the best equipped, and they're going to be kind of grubby and you know, not exactly the best condition. Yeah, you will, if you're going into battle, you might want to button that up there, Chief. But beyond that, okay, sure, yeah, I'm not seeing too many issues here as of right now. And actually, it might be hard to see here, but you got the swords here. They are in fact arming swords. At least they look like the length of arming swords, and not the big two-handed long swords that would be coming up in later centuries. Like arming swords would be common at this point. The two-handed longsword was around. I mean, they were kind of like hand-and-halfers at this point, but yeah, a lot of times movies, Kingdom Heaven, uses two-handed swords in an era where one-handers were, you know, the pretty much default. So, yeah, there you go. They got that right at least, so commend them for that one.
We need to unite Scotland.
Okay, let me just go back a second here. Spears. Look at that. Spears. We like spears. This is very nice. See, that's often overlooked. The most common weapon throughout history was a polearm of some kind. Basically, you take a blade, you put it on the end of a stick, and you're good to go. I think these are nice looking coat of plates as well. It's got the helmet on, very, well, with the male aventail around it. I have no problems with this whatsoever either. I mean, yeah, this scene looks really good. I mean, you guys might want to get some helmets here. I'm just saying, you two, helmet. This guy's got a helmet. He knows how to do helmet. Okay, that's why he's the king, because he knows how to put a helmet on. If you're going to protect one part of your body, make it your head. The rest of you, I mean, coifs will do a little bit, but yeah, get something, you know, look, there's sharp, pointy things headed towards your face. Put something solid between you and it. But yeah, it's very good. And I think that's, it's hard to tell here, but I think that's Robert the Bruce's yeah, it's the red line on the yellow field. That's Robert the Bruce's personal heraldry, and that later, I think it's the Royal Heraldry of Scotland now too, so there you go. So yeah, that's Robert the Bruce right there, and alright, moving on.
Robert the Bruce is an outlaw.
Okay, he just threw an axe at somebody. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure if that was commonly done, but yeah, okay, sure. Dropping people, that's nice. Okay, got the English here. Obviously now they're, compared to the Scots, which you just saw, these guys are much more standardized. They have better equipment. It just shows you that the English are much more, well, they're a richer nation, and people, generally speaking, had to provide their own gear or equipment. Now, if these are royal guards of any kind, they would, of course, be provided by the king. But, you know, they were much richer, so there's going to be some contrast in the quality of gear. But yeah, okay, very nice. Obviously, that's the king. I believe that would be Edward the II at this point, but, you know, again, without being explicitly told, I don't know who it is, but I think it's Eddie 2.0.
shelter to him or his ranks.
Enough with the fire arrows. Arrows weren't a thing. Nobody used fire arrows. They didn't work. They would be less effective if you did use them. It's stupid. Stop it. It looks semi-cool until you understand how this stuff works. Then you're going to realize, no, it's stupid. Stop it. Okay. Oh, actually, here we go. Perfect. Nice heater shields here. Period accurate. Very good. And, okay.
Is to be executed without trial.
Wait, the guy talking, is that Stannis Baratheon? I recognize that voice. It's got to be Stannis. I'm going to look this up. But, yeah. The one true rightful king of the Iron Throne. I'm just going to throw that out there. Yeah. Stannis got a screw job. There you go. So, is this... I think that's a rondel dagger, which I don't think they were around during this time period, and they're really more for thrusting. You wouldn't hold someone hostage with it, like, or cut them like that with that. It's more for getting into the gaps of armor plate. So I'm really not sure a rondel would have been the way to go with this. There are a bunch of other dagger types which would have been much more effective and period accurate, but it's a nice looking rondel dagger. I just think it's about a century or so out of place. And again, I'm not sure what this gold is here. Like, I don't know. It looks semi-cool, but I don't know. Not feeling it. Not feeling it.
The people are desperate for justice.
Okay. Yeah, I don't get why you're sticking it in the ground. You don't stick a sword in the ground like that. You just you destroy the sword and you dull it and you break it and yeah. Just don't do that.
I serve Robert.
Oh, wait. Ooh, back. Ooh, Warhammer. We like Warhammers. Let me just try to see if I can get...
I serve.
Yep, Warhammer. Back to Corbin. Very nice. And we can get a better look at the arming sword here. Yes, it is a one-handed arming sword. Very cool. But yes, back to Corbin. Awesome. There's these, it's a small, lightweight thing. It's really barely larger than a claw hammer you would use, that you'd find in any hardware store. It's small, lightweight, not these big Mjolnir-looking things. Yeah, very cool. They got that part right at least. And the chainmail actually looks pretty good. Yeah, looks good. I like it. It's and you can tell that is... I don't think it's knitted. It's hard to tell here. But I don't think it's the knitted yarn thing there. I think they actually bothered to, splurge a little bit, and that's actual metal there. But, yeah, there you go. Okay, again, arming sword, very nice. Now, you have this V-shaped thing here, like this, the crossguard there. Now, that is very typical of the Scots, and it is almost like a trademark for Scottish weaponry, Scottish swords. I don't think it would have been during the century. I'm not positive, but I know definitely in later centuries you would have that very distinctive upward turning V-shaped crossguard. I think at this point, though, they would just be flat, straight across. But, yeah, there you go. Still pretty cool, though. Very uniquely Scottish, so I'll kind of give them a pass on that one, just sort of a way to differentiate themselves from the English. But, yeah, there you go. Okay, ooh, bucklers. Bucklers, very nice. We got some Dane axes here. They look like Dane axes. Very small, thin cutting blades. They're not these big, heavy monstrosities. They're actually small, pretty reasonably sized. Got some bucklers and spears as well. Very cool. I mean, some guys are wearing, I think it's like, I don't know, I want to say lamellar armor, maybe like a coat of plates of some kind. Some right here. Pretty cool there. Leather armor, which, it did happen. I mean, there would have coat of plates, or later on would have brigandines, which would be of bound together with leather. So it wasn't the leather itself that was protective, it was the metal plates underneath it. And it does seem to be that there are metal plates underneath here. It's not just like, the metal, it's the leather itself, so that's pretty good. Yeah, very nice. Again, everybody though is wearing like the same dull brownish color. It would be medieval battlefields would be an absolute riot, and just medieval life in general would be an absolute riot of colors. So there would be blues, greens, reds, yellows, browns, blacks, like a gray, like every color you can think of. they'd be there. So it wouldn't be this dull, dingy gray. But I think they wanted to go for the contrast of, the rich English against they wanted to really emphasize that these guys are really outclassed by the English. They're economically and militarily in a bad way. So yeah, there you go. Maybe it's a storytelling thing. But yeah, I do like the bucklers, which were coming into their own at this point. So yeah, I can't say I have any problem with that. Nice. Oh, wait. Gotta bring this back a bit. Right there. Okay, you got guys here. English, definitely. Got the English coat of arms here. I don't know who that is, but there you go. You got great helms, and later on the Sugarloaf helms on these guys over here. I don't know if they would be, at this time period, still using that kind. I think they would have been outdated, but then again, people did use earlier pieces of armor, if they were on a budget. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I mean, they look like they're accurate pieces of equipment. I just don't think they're particularly the time period. It's accurate for the time period. Maybe like 100 years or so before this, yeah, it'd be a little more acceptable. But at this point, I don't. Especially the flat. I mean, the Sugarloaf maybe. That at this point, this seems a little bit outdated. But then again, maybe he's just like they're reusing, what was ever available at this point. They needed, they needed armor and equipment, and probably they just grabbed what they had available. And yeah, sure, we'll use that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm rambling. Continuing on. Cavalry charge.
Take the land back castle by castle.
Yes, take the land back castle by castle. That's how you do it. If you command the castle, you command the countryside. If you ever played a Total War game, that's how you do it. You capture a city, and then the entire region becomes yours to control. That is exactly what you do. Yeah, very good. Castle by castle, bit by bit. That's how the French took the continent from the English during the 100 Years' War, the later stages of it. That's what you do. Control the castle, control the land. I like it.
We keep fight for God.
Okay, just want to go back. Are they charging over water? I'm sorry. I just found that hilarious. Like, what are you charging?
We keep fight for God.
Okay. Yeah. How shallow is this water? Okay. Why would you? No, you don't charge. You don't cavalry charge a boat. You don't. I'm sorry. I just find that like ridiculously stupid.
Country. For family.
Wait. I got it. Wait. Hold on. I got it. Hold on. I got it. America.
I do not care.
All right. Oh yeah, you got the famous thing. This was done in Braveheart too, and it was yeah, the cavalry charge up, and at the last minute you pulled the spikes up. That was actually, I don't know if the Scots did that very specifically, but they were very famous for the use of pikes in something known as a schiltron, which is basically a round hedgehog-like formation where you got a bunch of guys all with these long pikes, and you stick them out, and then they all move as one in this circle where they're completely surrounded by this wall of pikes, and pretty much makes them impossible to charge, and that more or less nullifies the English heavy cavalry. That was more or less the common Scottish tactic. Yeah, English heavy cavalry was nullified in this case. However, it does make you exceedingly vulnerable to to archers and other ranged equipment, because you got this densely packed men, and they can't move that fast because they lose unit cohesion. So yeah, they just get lit up by archery fire. But yeah, there you go. But yeah, this is I think it's probably an homage to Braveheart or something like that. But there you go.
So long as you survive.
Okay, I know you just heard the little monologue from Chris Pine there. Someone's gonna have to tell me it's good Scottish accent, bad Scottish accent. Sorry, we Americans, we're just not good at doing foreign accents, especially Scottish accents, and I'm not gonna try it with you guys. I'll spare you that much. But yeah, there you go. Let me know if it was good or not. Very nice. Got a cavalry charge. It's like there's November 9th, and on Netflix. Okay. Very cool. All right, so yeah, overall, I can't say I'm unimpressed by this trailer. They actually do seem to be taking pains to. I'm just clicking on random scenes. That's a nice scene there. They're all set up. They do seem to be taking pains to make sure they're at least remotely historically accurate. Maybe not, perfectly historically accurate there. They're not going for, every last detail because, this is a drama. They're supposed to try to make, make a good story out of it. They're supposed to have narrative and all that stuff. But at least it seems that they're putting the effort in. It must be hearing, constant complaints and criticism from, from people on the internet about how, like, that's inaccurate. Like, there's some YouTube channels that are devoted entirely to just debunking, bad historical movies and telling how accurate they are. So maybe they are listening to us and, actually starting to care about, the source material rather than just, what looks flashy and what looks cool. I'm cautiously optimistic about this. I might actually go see this movie. It said I thought it was just on Netflix, which I don't get, and I'm too cheap to pay for it. I'm not going to pay for it to just watch this one thing. But if it's a select theater and one of those select theaters is near me, I might go see it. Remains to be seen. I'll definitely look into other trailers when they come out. And yeah, this looks. I'm cautiously optimistic about this. It's somewhat promising. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. So that's it. That's just my impressions of Outlaw King. It's going to be coming out in November, and I'll look into it then. Till that point, please hit the like and subscribe button. More videos from me will be coming out whenever I get around to it. And have a good day. Or don't have a good day. You're adults. You can have any kind of day you want. See you later.